guys, I'm Evan Etzebeth, a Super Rugby player. You're watching Gareth Mason on Walking Tour with G-Man.
What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is talking points about this past weekend's Super Rugby semi-finals, where we witnessed the Jaguars beating the Brumbies and the Crusaders beating the Hurricanes. There's a lot to talk about that we might have not covered in the recap, but some things have obviously been spoken about. One is the ref's call at the end. Should have been a TMR. I really think it should have been. And obviously Sam Whitelock getting his hands in the way. Jaguars making history. Brumbies just not having it all in them. And so much more to talk about. But overall, what a contest it really was in both semi-finals. Besides the stuff up by the referee at the end there. Overall, the Hurricanes and the Crusaders for me was the game of the weekend. A true test of what international rugby is going to be like, especially from an All Black point of view. The contest, it was till the end. It was till the end. It was back and forth. The competition between fly-off and fly-off was absolutely outstanding. It was hard-hitting rugby, never give up attitude, and it was truly inspiring to watch. And I mean, any team could have won there. We clearly saw that, but jeepers, it was an encounter to remember. Crusaders obviously making history, continuing their run as Super Rugby champions. They're going to want to really take that forward with them as they go into this big final in Christchurch this coming weekend. It's going to be absolutely insane. Jaguars making history. I mean, come on. It was a total domination of a performance. Brumbies just weren't there. They weren't shining. They weren't showing up to the occasion, whereas the Jaguars just looked like a championship team. They wanted it more. They were hungry. They were determined. They were passionate, and all of that showed as we approached this final. And they're going to need to take that in with them as they move on to this massive final for them. Probably the biggest game of their entire career. But can they make history? Well, we'll have to wait and see. If we look at some of the talking points that I've highlighted, obviously beginning, Jaguars making history. I mean, they've made history by getting to the semi-final. They made history by getting into the final. But overall, this year has been a true success story for this wonderful team that have just shone and improved from the get-go. It was a great year for them. They took out teams that we never thought they'd take out. They topped the South African Conference. And topped it properly. I mean, no one would have thought that was going to happen. So congratulations to them, making history there as well. So they really broke the barriers and showed World Rugby what they are capable of. And for that, I give them the utmost respect, and they truly deserve it. Second point, does the Brumbies loss have any meaning for the Wallabies? Is it going to tell us that the Wallabies are going to continue on their decline? Or should we just forget about it and hope for the best? The Wallabies are actually going to improve and show a lot of character. I read a comment yesterday after yesterday's video, and it was from a New Zealand guy. He said you can never count out the Wallabies because come World Cup time, they really want to play. And I mean, obviously, they've got the Rugby Championship to experiment a bit, test things out to see where they want to go and take on opportunities that they might need to do. So anything's possible. Will it affect them? Yes, a bit, because I think if they had won, it would have given them a hell of a lot more confidence. Or not just won the Super Rugby contest, but going to a final would have given them a big boost. But the fact that they got to a semi-final is really big. I mean, South Africa didn't even get that far. So for that, yeah, I don't think we can look too much into it. I think the Wallabies and Brumbies are total different kettle of fish, obviously, because you're collecting all the players together and bringing in one hell of a squad. So for me, I don't think it's too much to be concerned about. If I look at point number 3, areas of concern for Jaguars, scrum. That was the one weak point that I noticed for them, that they weren't the strongest in. They're going to have to work on that. Look at the pack of what the Crusaders have to offer. A strong pack. They are known for scrummaging. They are known for pushing that ball forward. They are known for driving. You've got to be prepared. If the Jaguars want to have any chance of winning, they're going to have to improve on scrum time. Otherwise, they are going to get walked over. And that's something they simply can't afford. It will be heartbreaking for them if this is to be a walkover. And I really hope it's not. So if they can just work on that, focus on that during their training this week, and get these tactics right, then they can definitely play. I mean, you look at that Crusaders squad, especially in that scrum pack. It's worth an All Black squad there. So they've got to watch out. They've got to improve and show a lot of potential if they're wanting any chance at getting through to the finals. If we look at point number 4, Crusaders lose All Blacks duo for Super Rugby final. Ryan Crotty and Scott Barrett have been removed because of a thumb and a finger injury, which is a massive loss for the Crusaders. I mean, Ryan Crotty is just textbook. He is superb in everything he has to do. When he touches that ball, it turns into goal, whatever movement he has to play. So, big loss for the Crusaders there. Do they have depth to replace him? Of course they do. I mean, they've got a team there. Scott Barrett, obviously, another massive loss, especially heading into scrum time and the movement on the lineouts and all that jazz. So, 2 massive losses for the Crusaders going forward, but definitely have the depth in order to recover from that. But again, I mean, those are 2 solid All Blacks that they're missing out on. Hopefully they are recovered in time for the championship. So that's a big loss for them. Obviously, number 5, if we go back to the semi-finals, that chest movement try from the Hurricanes was truly outstanding. I mean, Senna, take a bow. That was just pure class. You don't see that often in rugby. And I mean, the way he just batted his hands through, Chesko went on, ball bounced. I mean, if he caught that, he probably would have lost it. Very clever move there. And when they had done that, I thought, oh shit, we could see maybe a loose or a loss here for the Sailors. But I mean, overall, well done to the Crusaders fighting back, but also well done, Mr. Senna, on that amazing try. Probably one of the greatest I've seen. I just thought it was truly clever. Then, as mentioned in the start, Sam Whitelock's knocked the ball out of TJ Perenara's hands. Was it a penalty? You're damn right it was. In certain instances, you would have seen a card. The fact that it wasn't called up, obviously it was hard for the ref to see, so I'm not too man on him, but I do, and this is point number 7, we need to rethink TMO, in my opinion. He needs to get more involved and chirp, especially with instances like that, because often we see something happen like that and we go to the crowd. The crowd will boo or the crowd will cheer or whatever, and the ref gets noticed. To me, TMO should maybe have a bit more say in situations like that, especially in finals, quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals, because it can cost a game, it can break a game, it can destroy a game. We've seen that happen before, and clearly this was a moment that might have changed the game. Look, they could have got the penalty, they could have gone on, they could have scored, Hurricanes win, or they could have just not taken advantage and lost the game. We don't know, because it's never going to happen, but it's a definite factor that was a problem, and it's a sad occurrence that that had to happen, because that's pretty much what everyone's talking about. So I think it's definitely a point. We need to rethink the TMO role so we can get things sorted. Fly conundrum for All Blacks coach is my point number 8. Of course it is. It's a massive, massive talking point. I mean, bloody hell, you've got Barrett and Richie. Barrett had an outstanding game in that semi-final, and so did Richie. So good luck to Steve Hansen. You have got a gem pack of fly halves, and I think the fact that you get to choose from them is truly special. But me personally, going off that, I'd probably go Barrett and Richie on the bench, bring in Richie to fly half, move Barrett to fullback. I mean, cracky, think of that combination. Oh man, All Blacks are truly, truly lucky to have true talent. Then point number 9, don't assume the title is ready with the Crusaders. I think that's a very valid point, because we were all talking about it. I'm seeing it in the comments. We're all saying a true dominance performance is coming from the Crusaders. Jaguars got no chance in hell. They're going to get smashed, etc., etc. Let's not jump to conclusions. I think we've got to give the Jaguars a fair amount of respect and credit here. They've come a long way, and for that, I think we could see a little battle. I really hope we do. I really hope we do. And that brings me to point number 10. Jaguars have the biggest mission of a task ahead of them in this final. It is going to be a big game. We know what the Crusaders are worth. We know that they're a championship team. They are strong, they are powerful, they are brilliant. Captain, the coach, captain, leadership, management, everything within that squad is truly special and unique. So Jaguars need to really regroup, rethink tactics, analyze the positions, the players, everything, if they want any hope in how of winning this game. It's going to be the biggest game of their career, but we'll talk about that when the predictions come up later in this week. So that's going to do it for my talking points. Make sure you let me know your talking points in the comment section down below. What do you think? Who do you think is what do you think was the talking point of this game? For me, we've got to watch out for the Jaguars. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, that penalty, but most importantly, TMO. I think we need to rethink things. But there. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And make sure you turn on your bell notifications so you always get a notification for all future uploads. So much more to come. And I mean that. So much more to come. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.
Make sure you subscribe to his channel for all rugby content. Stay safe and never give up.